Balance Your Life is sponsored by Snyder, Sarno, Daniello, Massiri, and DaCosta, attorneys at law, Calandra's Italian Village, and Share Tech Digital.
Hi, I'm Debbie Peterson, founder of the Wellness Gala. We promote the healing benefits of integrative medicine and holistic modalities. I'm very excited to bring you season 2 of our TV show, Balance Your Life with the Wellness Gala. I can't wait to share these options with you since I've experienced their life-changing benefits firsthand. Each week, we'll be bringing you experts in the fields of health, beauty, and wellness, along with healthy food, stress-free entertaining, and lifestyle tips with our own Barbara Barber, who has many years of professional experience in entertaining and events. We also have professional makeup artist and skincare expert Mary Mousakis. With her 30 years experience, she'll share beauty tips and techniques with you. We'll also bring you fabulous products and great tools to help you lead your most fulfilling life. On today's episode, we'll hear from Deana Valente, founder of Kid Fit Foundation. She'll tell us about all the fabulous programs her nonprofit offers to kids and their families that helps them to be fit physically, mentally, and socially. And we'll talk with Elizabeth Kalfayan, founder of Harmonia Chamber Players, about her musical recipes for healing. But first, Balance Your Life went on site to Houndstooth Training in New Jersey to see their individually tailored expert training programs to unleash the perfect pooch in your beloved dog.
Hi, I'm Emmy. This is Olivia. We are the owners of Houndstooth Canine Training.
We're a personalized dog training company. We focus on all different ages and breeds. We really tailor to each family and what you're looking for. We have your dog here in our home, and what makes us really different is that it's really an in-home environment versus a lot of dog trainers and a lot of companies have a facility that your dog will go and stay. So your dog's going to be amazing from point A to point B, but bring them into a home where people are coming in and out, where delivery services are coming up. There's, other dogs running around. We have children who are running around. So it's really important for us that every dog gets that in-home personalization with every training. So I've always been an animal lover from the start. I rode horses for 15, 20 years before I got into dogs.
These are them behind us.
Yeah. So I went to Michael Lorraine, who does a bunch of our training still. I mentored with him for 2.5 to 3 years, and then came up here to New Jersey, where all my family lives, and started my business about 6 years ago.
A typical day at Houndstooth Training is we'll wake up in the morning, we take everyone out, we then put them on the treadmills. They'll run typically 3 to 4 miles, and then after that we put them on place, which Porter is on. They cool down. We put them in a ton of distractions where they have to stay here, and then once we're done with that, we will then work with them. So we'll implement all the training that's included in your program in the package, and then we'll typically do playtime, and we'll let your dog interact with other dogs and just be a dog. But when they're working with us, they have to be paying attention to what we're asking them to do. After playtime, we then bring them inside, and they're on their places where we're cooking dinner, and there's babies running around, there's kids, there's us, there's tons of distractions, and they're having to be on place while we're doing all.
We offer a 3-week, a 5-week, and an 8-week. It all depends on what you want from your dog. So the 3-week is all foundational. We really recommend that to people who are interested in dog training. They kind of have a passion behind their dog, working with their dog. So 3-week is foundational. So we shape all those behaviors for your dog. And then we have a 5-week, which is more concrete. Your dog will be more turnkey when they come home. And then we go into the 8-week, which is off leash. So with the 3-week, the 5-week, and the 8-week, your dog's gonna learn proper socialization with dogs, proper socialization with people, basic manners like no jumping, chewing, barking, all those unnecessary things that people don't want in their dog. And then we also teach them leash walking. So for us, we want loose leash walking next to you, which means your dog never feels tension in their line. They're making the decision to walk at your left side always. We teach them downs, down stays. We teach them place, which Porter's on right now. It's an elevated dog bed, so Porter's not allowed to come off of here until he's released, but he's also not allowed to vocalize on here. So no whining, no barking, all of that. And he stays on here until I release him. And he's happy, he's comfortable. They can have bones, they can have toys play on there. Place is also a really great space. If you guys have people over who aren't comfortable with dogs, or your dog gets overexcited, overstimulated, you can put them on place. That's why they're not, so that way they're not sequestered in a room or their crate. They can have place, they can still be part of the action, but they're not all over your space. They're not in everyone's space. So it's a really great spot for them to still be part of the action, but have their own place to be. And then we also teach them recalls with the 3-week and the 5-week. We shape those behaviors. With the 8-week, it's really concrete. So if you're at a park or you're on a hike and you recall your dog, they'll stop on a dime and they'll come running back to you. With the 3-week and the 5-week, we start shaping those behaviors. So when your dog comes home, you have to continue on with the training. We tell a lot of our clients that dog training is a lot like braces and retainers. If you don't work with your dog every day, holding your dog accountable, then the training is going to start to shift, just like braces and retainers. With the 8-week board and train, your dog will be both on leash and off leash trained. So you can stick a leash on them, they'll walk by your side, they have no idea the leash is even there because they never feel pressure. Or you can have your dog off leash. So if you're walking next to them, you can recall them, have them walk next to you, and then release them, let them, go be a dog, run around, say hi to people, say hi to other dogs. And when you recall them by saying their name and then here, they'll come running back to you. You can ask them to walk next to you again. You can ask them to go into a down. So with the 8-week, they'll learn everything that they do on leash, but then they'll be off leash reliable. So you can do both. With the 3-week and the 5-week, you get a private lesson. So in that private lesson, you'll understand how to read your dog, how to continue on with the training. We're gonna give you the tools and the knowledge to keep up with it. First, we'll have you handle a dummy dog, and it's gonna be a client dog. So it's not a dog that's been trained for years. It's gonna be a dog that's going through the exact same program as your dog. So you're gonna handle that dog first, make all the mistakes, learn the verbiage, learn the correct timings of corrections and rewards, all of that. And then we'll take out your dog, you'll handle your dog so that you're more comfortable. We also will take your dog out in public with the 5-week. A big thing for dogs is that you take your dog to a new environment or you take them to a new place and the training just slips their mind entirely. So it's important for us to take your dog out with the 5 weeks. So you have to show them the same way they behave, with us or at our house. They have to behave out in public, in town, at a restaurant, whatever it may be. So that's really the key difference as well to the 3-week and the 5-week. With the 8-week, you get 2 private lessons. You'll have one that's on leash and you're gonna go over the same things. You're gonna handle your dummy dog first and then your own dog. When we take your dog off leash for your second go home lesson, we'll bring other dogs with us so that it's high distraction. There'll be other people around. So it's really real life situations of a lot of chaos and a lot of things going on, and you'll still be able to recall your dog. And not only do we cover basic obedience for the happy-go-lucky lab, we also cover aggression issues, resource guarding, a dog being too overly protective in home, unnecessary aggressive barking. We cover dogs that have a ton of anxiety, that are super destructive. We have dogs that are here for separation issues that are also destructive. So we really work with all breeds, all issues. So for specialty training, like a personal protection dog, your dog will go down to South Florida, Palm Beach Gardens. We personally take them and we'll take your dog. They'll stay there for about 2 months. They'll be trained by a trainer named Michael Lorraine. He's a world-renowned trainer. He trains all of Palm Beach County's police canines, and your dog will stay there. We'll be there with your dog. He'll get trained for personal protection, and then we bring your dog back up personally, and then we implement them back into your home.
Hi, I'm Kelly Dabb, and my dog Cooper is a graduate of Houndstooth. He is an amazing rescue pup that we got at 18 months old, and he's a yellow lab and terrier mutt. And he was definitely naughty, and Olivia gave him the fabulous attention and training that he needed in order to be a fabulous pet for our 3 daughters, and we just adore him to this day. He's so good. He loves to be outdoors and in our backyard and come with us on walks and just be a part of our family all the time. And he's truly amazing, and we love him so much, and thrilled that he was able to become our family pet through the great training he received here at Houndstooth.
To learn more about Houndstooth Training, visit houndstoothtraining.com. And then you could see all of our contact information, our Instagram. It'll all be linked on the website.
Hi, I'm Barb with the Wellness Gala. We're coming into the holiday season, which means we are going to be eating a lot, and a lot of heavy foods, a lot of fattening foods, and a lot of foods that just plain aren't good for us. So we are all familiar with charcuterie. It has become the thing of the moment. It is the appetizer that everybody seems to either have or bring to a party. And they're delicious, they're great, but they're a little heavy, especially during the holidays. So what I've tried to come up with is a healthy version of a charcuterie board. Some of the things that I've chosen today to have on this light charcuterie board are a marinated shrimp little centerpiece. Now it's wilting a little bit because the studio lights, but it will be delicious. So that's marinated shrimp for the middle of your charcuterie board. Some other items that I've picked are cherry tomatoes. This is artichoke dip, marinated olives, marinated mushrooms, eggplant campanata, and hummus. You can do whatever you would like. I am trying to keep this dairy-free, gluten-free, mostly vegan, because we all have people that have dietary restrictions in our family. So if you do something that's like this and try to keep that in mind, everybody will be able to enjoy it. So some of the other things that I have on the side here, again, you can do whatever you want. I have some banana chips. Bananas are very good for you. Kids will love these. You can just sort of spread them in between the other dishes that you have. Put a little of those there. I also bought some of these carrot chips. They're just a little different than the regular small carrots that people buy. These are cut like crinkle potato chips. And oops, actually I'm going to put it over here next to the dip. You can dip those right into the dip if you didn't want to have a cracker. I also have some toothpicks on the board for people to pick olives, mushrooms, tomatoes, whatever they would like. I also have some dried fruit. I have dried apricots here. You can use anything you want. Again, I'm going to just put some of these on the board, spread them right in between. Okay, it's starting to get filled up nicely. I also have some grapes. If you did not want to do shrimp, you can always do a nice big pile of grapes in the middle. I'm just going to put some grapes right around here. Whoops. Try to make them look pretty. Again, you can add anything else you'd like to this board, but that's pretty complete as it is. I also have a basket of gluten-free chips. This is just smart. So many people are gluten-free out there. You may as well just get gluten-free chips. Everybody loves them. Everybody can eat them. So they're a great choice. Make sure you put out some little plates, some little napkins. I'm going to put my chips right here. And I have small forks. Put that there. I'm going to just put this one in here. And there you go. This is a nice, light charcuterie board that you can serve before a big holiday meal. I hope you enjoyed this segment. And for all things health and wellness, visit wellnessgala.com.
My name is Salvatore Simeone, and I'm a partner in the law firm of Snyder, Sarno, Daniello, Messeri, and DaCosta. The firm specializes in matrimonial law, also commonly known as family law or divorce law. The firm also has a personal injury department / medical malpractice. If you'd like to speak to one of our matrimonial attorneys, you can reach us at 973-274-5200 at any of the offices in any of the counties, Bergen County, Somerset County, Morristown, Morris County, or Essex County for our Roseland office.
Do you suffer from headaches, stiff, sore joints, digestive disorders, recurring infections, emotional stress, or sleepless nights? Try Enzyme Nutrition. It's scientific, personalized, and has no side effects. Visit Susan Richter, RN, at nextlevelhealing.com. Read her reviews or reach out directly at 973-586-0626 to learn more.
Hi everyone, we're here at the Wellness Gala. I'm with Deana Valente, who is the founder of the Kid Fit Foundation. Deana, thanks for being here today with us.
Deb, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. It's beautiful as always.
Oh, thank you. And I just want to say, so Deana's foundation that she started, when did you start it?
2010.
Okay, great. It's been a while.
Yes.
So today, our silent auction, which we have some beautiful baskets and things, a portion of the proceeds is going to the Kid Fit Foundation.
Thank you.
So
Thank
yes,
you.
and tell us about how you started, what this is.
Sure. Okay, so the foundation is really for kids. It's about children helping children. And we feel that we can empower kids to know that they can make a difference. They don't need to be financially well off or in any particular way in life. Whoever they are can benefit their fellow human beings, and it's really about empowering children.
Right, and you do a lot of different programs.
We do a ton of programs.
Yeah.
We do a ton of programs.
Tell us about a couple of them. Give us some.
Okay, we do some silly things.
That's good. We love some.
We have a program in the spring where it's kids clothing kids, and we encourage all children to take their favorite clothing that they've outgrown, wash it, fold it, label it, and then it goes and finds a home to kids in need of the same age and gender that would love it. And again, we give the kids something called a pin of power for doing this. It's to recognize their contribution and their effort, and the kids who are receiving it, you know, it's not just something that's thrown into a pile in a collection bin. It's made especially for them.
Right, they take the time.
They take the time, and
like
anybody can do that.
Yes.
Any child can do that. So
Sure.
that's one big thing we do with them. We have sponsor a kid for camp. Our summer camp has made a difference in the lives of many children, and we know that there are camps all around the country that do that.
Right.
So if a family needs to have childcare for their children in the summer months, pre-COVID,
Right, sure.
when people had to go to work, but honestly, still to just give kids a great experience, and they may not have the financial means to do that, we'll sponsor a child for camp. So
That's
some of
wonderful.
our fundraising efforts go for that. We believe that camp is a place, again, where kids can really get in touch with who they are and make a difference and learn that they're here to make a difference.
That's excellent.
Yeah, thank you.
And I know you do this fabulous thing. You've been doing it for, I feel like 100 years,
Yes.
but we're not that old yet.
Well,
the
actually,
Mrs. Claus
yes,
projects. I mean,
probably what gave birth to the Kid Fit Foundation. In 1994, I was working in downtown Manhattan, and a friend invited me to go to the post office and read Dear Santa letters. And at that time, you were allowed to. You had access to them, and we just went, and there was a huge mound, Deb, of letters in the middle of the New York City post office with letters addressed to the North Pole that were never going to be read. And we would open them and read them, and you know, some were, as you would expect, kids just writing letters to Santa, and some were letters for children in need.
Yeah.
So, and you can take those letters and you can fill them. So at that time, as a young person, I started filling letters and then sending the gifts anonymously from the North Pole. And I always believed that the person writing the letter wasn't expecting anything.
Right.
So I hoped that when they received it, it would give them hope to know that they weren't alone in this world.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
And that is really what we try to do with the kids now. As the time has passed, all these years later, we have many people who get involved.
Yes.
And we let the kids shop. The kids come in and wrap the presents. So if we have donations, they'll go and fill wish lists. We work with child care resources. We work with many organizations throughout New Jersey.
Yes.
We take letters. People can sponsor a family and send us a letter for a family in need. We go to the schools and any of the kids in school. Who,
Right, it's huge now.
The
I mean,
teachers
it's
may know.
yes.
The difference is, though, we have them write a letter to Santa.
Right.
So it is really what they want, and their wish list is filled.
It's great.
And be surprised, some of the things that we find are just kids asking for something for their parents, which is beautiful.
Yeah, that is. That's fantastic. I'm so glad you've been doing it all these years.
It just keeps growing.
I bet.
It has an energy to it, and people want to get involved. And again, I have parents that come up to me after it's done that will just hug me and cry and say, you know, this changed my child's perspective of the holidays, and they now look at doing things for other people before what they're getting for themselves.
That's so great.
So it is. It's fun.
It's wonderful
it's
to
fun.
do that. Yeah. Wow. So we talked about all the any other projects that you wanted to talk about?
So we just finished our project called 21 Turkeys.
Okay.
And this started because someone had donated to the foundation 21 fresh turkeys for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And we decided we would provide 21 families with all the fixings and everything they needed so that they can cook, down to the pans.
Wow.
And then obviously that has grown and grown, but we love the name, so we kept it 21 Turkeys.
Cool. Very cool. So why is it called Kid Fit Foundation?
This is another crazy story.
Okay.
Okay. So I am in the fitness business.
Yes.
And the camp business, but
Yes.
the camp was originally designed to be a fitness-based camp. And not to get into too much of that, but years ago, I was working in a health club in downtown Manhattan, and I met a woman in a restaurant, and the next thing I know, she was working as the bathroom attendant. And the next thing I know, I'm on the phone with her son who is not behaving, and I wind up inviting him in to come to work and hang out at the fitness club.
Okay.
Just to try to help out this mom. I don't know. So the boy would show up every day after school, and he went from being wayward and getting into a lot of trouble to graduating high school and then going off. He went into the military, but went on to... So what I learned was fitness, which I loved, had this positive influence on kids.
Yes.
And I realized that there were not, at the time, there was nothing for children that were fitness-based, where you were with like-minded people and, you know, you were exercising but having fun and releasing endorphins and looking to better yourself.
Right.
And so I had this idea for building kids' fitness clubs. Hence the Kid Fit Foundation.
Right, okay.
So,
yeah.
So one of the other things that we do is we help families put kids into situations where they can experience growth through physical fitness. They can find themselves. They can, if they wanted to come to our fitness club, which is a year-round fitness club for children, they can do that also.
That's fantastic.
But that's how it started.
Love that. And you do offer all different kinds of programs, right?
Oh my
for
goodness.
them?
Oh yeah.
Tell us
Absolutely.
a little
Everything
bit about
from
that.
martial arts to swimming to boxing and kickboxing and yoga, team building and leadership. Yep. We're setting up some things now where we go into the schools where we offer programs after school.
Okay. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So they can do it right there if they can't get to us. So,
wonderful.
Yeah, that's how the whole foundation came together.
I love it. Well, I really appreciate you doing all these wonderful things for the world and being a part of this. And
thank you for supporting us, Deb.
Of
This was
course.
really lovely.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And where can people find out more about you and everything you do?
It's Coconuts Kid Fit Foundation.
Great.
That's it, online.
And for everything health and wellness, visit wellnessgala.com.
Hi everyone, happy holidays. We are here today for our segment on a holiday glam look. So what I'm going to do for you today, I'm going to show you what I did for her eye look. Okay, so we decided to go with a smoky look and a very, very subtle, soft, sensual lip. And I've already put her eyeshadow primer on. So she's already set with that. And the eyeshadow primer is going to keep the eyeshadow put for the entire night. Love it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm using a smoky gray taupe-ish type of quad here, and I'm actually only using 3 of the shades. So what I'm going to do is take the lightest shade and I'm just dabbing it on her lid. I'm dabbing it lightly on her lid, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of glimmer and just go over that. Obviously, your lashes are your game changer. Absolutely. So Nadine already put her lashes on for me just to liven things up and make things a little quicker for us. Okay. Her eyebrows are also done. I'm just going to take a little bit of a powder foundation and I'm just going to touch up because I don't want anything to fall on her face. Okay. Now here's the trick. I am going to use on Nadine a gel liner. So I'm using an angled brush, and I'm just using a little bit. It's always easy to add but not take away. And you want to tug a little bit, and I'm going to start from the outer corner of her eye, and I'm going to go along the whole lash line. You might need to dip a couple times in the gel because, as I said, a little bit, you can always add, but you can't take away. Always remember that, ladies. You could go out. If you want to do a little bit of a cat eye, you could absolutely do that. Now, don't worry if the line is not completely straight. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the eyeshadow, and I'm using this flat gray, and I'm going to blend it on top of the liner. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of a blush stain. And then on her lips, as I said, I used a chocolate lip liner, and a beautiful glowy lip gloss, which will be beautiful for the holiday season. I hope you all have a glamorous holiday season. Thank you so much. Please, if you have any other questions about this segment, please go to facesbymarynj.com, and don't forget to check out our giveaway.
Hi everyone, we're here at our Wellness Gala today at the Birchwood Manor. I'm so excited because we haven't had one in 2 years. So I'm here with Elizabeth Kalfayan, and she's of Harmonia Chamber Players. She does the beautiful music, or used to, for all of our events. So Elizabeth, thank you for being here today.
I'm so glad to be part of this experience.
Yes.
We've been supporting you for years.
Yes, Elizabeth's been with me for 15 years, I'd like to say, since the very first one.
Both of us have had the same beginning.
Yes.
We've had the amazing healing from one of our favorite practitioners, Robert Kandarjian.
Yes.
And also, I've experienced many miraculous experiences here at your Wellness Gala.
Yeah.
We're based on 3 facets: healing, uplifting, and unifying, which is what music does. And when you use the energy of the heart, your purpose becomes deeper,
Yes.
more spiritual, and it unifies the audience with the composers and the performers. So we work on many levels.
Yes.
Within our group, within our environment, and with each other.
Yes, and obviously you play the cello, and tell us a little bit about who else you play with.
We have a full orchestra of 44 musicians, brass players, string players, violinists. Today you'll have 2 other of our members here, our bass player Darla Kuhlman, and our amazing violinist who performs on Broadway in many shows, Gary Yanko, who we're very happy to have with us. And
Excellent.
we cater the music to the energy in the room and the energy that its purpose is for, whether it's church, funerals, celebrations, weddings.
Or a wellness gala,
And
like we're having today. Actually, they perform background music, so it's very beautiful. What kind of music would you call it? Is it classical? Or?
We use every genre there is, from tango to Broadway.
I meant today for the Wellness Gala, you'll be
Today,
playing.
we're going to start with Haydn, which is a favorite of ours,
Yes.
and we create our own arrangements depending on the instrumentation, because each instrument creates energy at different chakras, and different pieces connect to different parts of the chakras and the spiritual connections.
So Elizabeth, can you expand a little bit about how music actually heals people?
The intention of the music when it was composed was through love.
Okay.
The greatest composers.
Okay.
The musicians who perform it then add their own energy of love to the same composition. And that is unifying the energy, the brain level together. We synchronize. And that brings in the audience on that same level of vibration that the music was intended for.
So it's all about the vibration and having the highest vibration.
And our classical musicians and composers, they compose for that higher power.
Wonderful.
Out of that place.
Love
Their
it.
inspiration came from there for Mozart and Beethoven and Haydn. And that's why they are still vibrant today, because they speak to that same chemistry in our body.
How do people find out about you?
You can find us at elizabethkalfayan.com.
Great. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm so excited to have you again.
Me too. I'm happy to play
and I
for
can't
this
wait to
event.
hear your beautiful music.
Thank you, Debbie.
You're welcome. And for everything health and wellness, visit wellnessgala.com. Thank you for watching Balance Your Life. For everything we do, visit wellnessgala.com. And don't forget to check our events page for all our live upcoming events.